All right, we live. All right, it's your boy Mike Malarkey. I'm up here doing the recap for week 3 on behalf of my nephew Gene, who caught an L, and he in his feelings right now. So if he ain't winning, he ain't doing no recaps or whatever. So y'all probably get some recaps from him, probably like uh week what how many weeks we got in this thing? Goddamn, week 12 or 13. If he going like a little late rally and make his way to playoffs, he'll be up all in the background in the video playing some damn music and all this nonsense or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But right now he down a little bit, so you feel what I'm saying? He in his feelings. So I'm gonna go ahead and take over real quick and do a recap for the people that's been asking for this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go down the list or whatever. I'm gonna start off with my matchup for week 3. So I went against the champ, the shortest yard. The score was 139.92 to 107.24. Me with the upset. You feel what I'm saying? I got some good points from Matt Stafford. He gave me 37 and a half. Eckler gave me 22. Jamar Chase gave me 22 and a half. I ain't really get too much. Let me look at my box score, or whatever, so I can get the recap. Cause I could have put up a little bit more points, but I was just fortunate to get the W, whatever, and my opponent didn't have too much going on or whatever. So I had Tyson Williams, the running back from the Ravens. He only gave me 2 points. Sterling Shepard, he got hurt. He only gave me 3 points. Still can't find a decent kicker to save my life, man. I only got 3 points for my kicker. Had James Robinson on my bench. He had 25. And then finally, Marquise Callaway wanted to wake up. He was on my bench with 14. So that's what that was. And then the champ, he had Kyler Murray, gave him almost 30. No, excuse me. He only gave him 18. Brandon Cooks gave him 20. Calvin Ridley gave him 14. Mark Andrews gave him 16. He didn't really get too much from anybody else. So I got a little fortunate there. And he didn't really have anybody on his bench. I think Logan Thomas was the only one. Him and Jalen Reagor got 10 points. So he wouldn't have been able to do anything with me, with anything on the bench. So, I was fortunate to get that win, knock out the champ. Both of us at 2-1. All right, next we got brother Gene. He was no, he's not any given Sunday, is he? Who's any given Sunday? Let me see who was any given Sunday. That's Sylvester, Steven Sylvester. So he got the win. He's at 2-1 right now. He scored 132. A-Town Royce, he's at 0-3. He had 104. He's looking kind of dark from him. There's a lot of 0-3s up in here, so y'all need to get y'all rosters right. You know what I mean? So with Steven, he had 38 points from Justin Herbert. The backup for Dalvin Cook, Alex Matson, he gave him 23. He got 19 from Keenan Allen. So he got 132. A-Town Roy really didn't get too much from anybody outside of Aaron Rodgers. Allaire finally gave him some points, 17. Cordell Patterson gave him 16. That was a good pickup. I actually wanted him, but I didn't know what to do with him. That was a good little solid pickup or whatever. You know what I mean? If he's available, let me know. You know what I mean? And Debo Samuel only gave him 10, so he didn't really have too much. It hurt that Dalvin Cook was injured. He didn't play. He did have Emmanuel Sanders on his bench that gave him 26, and Peyton Barber, who I dropped last week because I thought it was going to put up some numbers, but didn't, and I dropped him. He actually had 23, so it would have went a little bit different maybe if you would have started Emmanuel Sanders and Peyton Barber. That's 50 points right there. Yeah, yeah, you could have won that one, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man, but maybe you need to holler at some people for some trades, man, because you 0-3. That ain't right. So on to the next. All right, we got Broccoli Jets. Nice name. Took the L to Theodore, Fear of the Beard. I think he did not have the high score, but he had 162. Dropped a lot of points on that one. versus Broccoli Jets, who had 147. Um, with Theodore, he had Jalen Hurts gave him 24. Ezekiel Elliott finally came up big, gave him 26. Justin Jefferson gave him 26. DeAndre Swift gave him 24. And the kicker for the Broncos gave him 16. Odell Beckham's first game, he gave him 13, so that's pretty good. With Broccoli Jets, Prescott gave 26. Kareem Hunt had 27 and a half. Devontae Adams had 31. That was pretty much it. And Antonio Gibson had 17. Not really much from anybody else. Nothing really on the bench for Broccoli Jets. And I think nothing really much. Had Brian Edwards on Theodore's bench. But this was pretty not too much. I mean, got about 19, so but I don't think there was really much that Broccoli would have been able to do to catch him. So Theater Biz undefeated at 3-0. And then let's see, next we got the high score. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I'm just call you Chris. In Joe D. We Trust. High score 195-92. Finally got the first win. So he's 1-2. Versus Ronnie Ravens, who's 0-3. You need help too, Ronnie. So high score. Let's see what you got. So big game from Josh Allen, 45 points. 21 from Saquon Barkley. I think his first big game. 33 points from Mike Williams. It was crazy. DK Metcalf, 22 points. AJ Green came up with 16 points. The Browns defense, 16 points. And the Buffalo kicker, Tyler Bass, with 14. Nothing really on the bench. Think you played it as best as you could. And Ronnie Ravens, I mean, you would have, beat a lot of people this week, but just couldn't do too much with what you were going against. So you got 21 points from Lamar Jackson, 20 points from Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, 15 points, 13 points by DJ Shark, 19 points from Mike Evans, 22 points from the Cardinals defense. Justin Tucker with 16 points. And I think that's all you got. You had Tannehill on the bench for 27 points and James Conner for 18 points, but even still, there's nothing you really would have been able to do to catch him. So you're 0-3 too. You need to house some trades. You got some trade offers in your pending box. You just ignoring that, whatever. If you want to continue to ignore that, then you might be 0 whatever you're gonna be. So you might need to do something about that. All right. My homeboy Blake is talking a lot of shit. He's actually in first place right now, undefeated, 3-0. He's doing way better than he's been doing before. He finally started taking my advice and start going heavy on the running backs or whatever. So now he's feeling himself. But you just got to remember, you got to take it 1 week at a time, my man. 1 week at a time. So you just chill. But enjoying your success right now. He scored 156.98 going against going to Disneyland, who was 1-2, and he had 109.74. So let's see what the recap was for that. Blake had Tom Brady, who had 30 points. Not much from Joe Mixon. 31 points from Cooper Kupp. Adam Thielen had 17 points. George Kittle was 17 points. Good pickup with the trade that you did to get George Kittle. Broncos defense gave him 19 points. You did have the tight end from the Dolphins, Mike Gesicki, on the bench. He gave you 18 points. Jacoby Myers gave you 18 points. Those are people you left on the bench. Let me see. With going to Disneyland, you had, I don't know, your team. I don't know. You're wilding, man. You started Daniel. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know, man. I can't even explain this, but you got Daniel Jones starting. He gave you 16. Alvin Kamara 20 points. That's pretty much it. I mean, your team's all over the place. I can't even really. You need help. You need help bad. Sorry to say. But yeah, you need help bad, bro. Yeah, that's all I can say. Being nice. And finally, we got the matchup of the week. Very close. This is a heartbreaker. I mean, I'd be pissed if I lost like that or whatever. I mean, my first week I lost by 9 points. I was upset about that. Came down to the wire. This one really came down to the wire. This was fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I can't even clown you too bad about losing this one, brother Gene. But we got this guy James Chris, who seems to think that he knows it all about football and just be chatting and catting off in this little chat or whatever about who's a bum and who ain't, and he's wilding. Your man's is wilding. He talking crazy, whatever. Talking about Cam, whatever, man. You can read the chat, but you're wilding. You need help, but you got the win. Congratulations. I think the margin of this was point two. Point two? I'm not good at math, but point two was the margin. So we got Patrick Mahomes, who gave him 29 points. Najee Harris, 28 points. Let me see who else he got. They gave him some points. 20 points from Cole Beasley, had a big game. And 20 points by the Saints defense. He did not really have much on his bench. And then with Gene, didn't get too much from Russell Westbrook. Russell Wilson only gave him 18 points. Chris Carson gave him 16 points as expected. Marvin Jones gave him 12. Stephon Diggs didn't really do too much, gave him 12. DJ Moore gave him 20. Aaron Jones came up and gave him 17. Cowboys defense, you think with your heart, but they did give you 13. And I think if he would have did it all over again, I mean, he could have started Brandon Ayuk over Marvin Jones to win, but it's a toss-up. And he also had Zach Moss on the bench for 18 points instead of David Montgomery. So shame on you, brother Gene. So those are the scores from week three, and just in time for week 4, which starts tonight. And let me just go ahead and look and see what the things look like for the matchups. Not this one. Giving you the standings. What is this? I need to do this thing, man. Let me look at this right, man. All right, so we got first place. We got Blake. I got the juice at 3-0. Second place, Fear the Beard, 3-0. Third place, Shortest Yard at 2-1. Myself at fourth place at 2-1. Broccoli Jets, fifth place, 2-1. Any Given Sunday, which is Steven, sixth place at 2-1. Gene at seventh place at 1-2. BK Black Knights at 1-2. Eighth place, and Joe D We Trust at 1-2. Going to Disney at 1-2. And Ronnie Ravens at 0-3, and A-Town Roy's bringing the rear up at 0-3. So that is the standings. And for this week, the matchups are myself versus I Got the Juice, Broccoli Jets versus Any Given Sunday, A-Town Roy's versus The Shortest Yard, the champion, Fear the Beard versus Ronnie Ravens, and Joe D We Trust versus BK Black Knights, and going to Disneyland versus the Blueprint. Those are the matchups for week 4. We shall see how it goes. If Gene loses, then I'll probably have to do another recap. I'm not like him. I keep the energy, so even if I lose, I'm going to man up and be up on the camera and say I lost, in whatever the case may be. So, Gene, you need to do better, man. Keep that same energy, man. Stop acting like P. Diddy and the family when you win, and all dancing in Harlem shaking and Long Island shaking and doing all this old nonsense when you win. But then when you lose, you hide like a sissy in the background and act like you don't hear or know or say nothing. You feel me? Keep that same energy. That's your boy King Moses, man. I'm out.